Now we got that all warming up. Alright, good morning everybody. It's a nice 15 degrees out. Got the insulated bibs on. I'm gonna go do some morning chores, and then today I'm actually heading down to Alabama to pick up hopefully the last load of stuff from the shop, but I have a feeling it's probably gonna be two loads of stuff left. All right, let's get this truck fired up, warming up. All right, we got the trailer all hooked up, strapped down, ready to go. Head off in about an hour. A slight change of plans. I'm just not gonna bring the trailer this time. The weather down there is looking kind of shaky. There's a big chance of rain tomorrow, which is a day I'd need to load the trailer up full of stuff that ideally wouldn't be wet. Plus with the sleet and snow they got, like I don't really want to be dragging a 20-foot car hauler trailer down there to pick up stuff. There's already a really good chance I was going to have to make 2 trips anyways, so this trip I'll head down there, I'll just prep everything, get everything packed up nice and neat, and then there's a couple like metal shelving units that I'll need to take apart, and those I can load up into my truck and just bring them back, along with a bunch of odds and ends. So it'll be a productive trip, but I just don't want to deal with all the headache. I'll wait for a little bit better weather. All right, good morning. Yeah, I'm back down in Alabama this morning, and on my way down I kind of said I'm going to leave the trailer back up there because they're having some little bit of weather, and the whole way down the roads were clear, everything was fine. There was snow in Knoxville, and there's a little bit in Chattanooga, but so I was kind of kicking myself, man, I should have brought the trailer, like this would have been fine, until I got to Huntsville. We're outside of Huntsville, but that is a few inches of snow with about, I don't know, an inch of ice over everything. So once I got into Huntsville, man, it was really slow going. I have to go over a little mountain to get to my property, and the last time they had some ice, I couldn't even get home. I had to get a hotel room. So I was gonna be pretty bummed if I came all the way down here and I couldn't get to the house to do some packing. So it's not really the trip I intended. I was planning to load a lot more stuff up today, but I think it's supposed to be pretty warm today in the afternoon, so I think I'm just going to load what I can load up. I'm going to go ahead and clean. So we still have some stuff in the shop out here. Let's see where I find it. There we go, the big shop. So I'll clean up in there, do some packing, and basically just get everything prepped for the next trip I make, which will probably be just next week. So yeah, I'm gonna load just a little bit of stuff from the house. We only have maybe a handful of things in there, get them loaded in my truck, and then I'm going to try to scooch my way down to the shop and then get stuff packed up down there. And once everything's, I'll try to get it all staged so that next time I can just come back up, load everything onto the trailer, and cut out and make it a pretty quick trip. So I was also planning on doing some trash removal, but last week they didn't take our trash. I don't really know what's up with that, but I'll get it all nice and organized. Got done cleaning a bunch of the shop and getting everything packed up. A big old pile of stuff to get picked up next time I come down, which will probably be in just a few days, honestly. Hopefully the weather clears up and the roads get a little bit better. I just passed a big rig whose back end was all in the ditch. Yeah, I didn't really film any of it. It was just kind of a gotta get it done type of trip. I really wanted to try to get out of here around 2. All today, since about 10 o'clock, it's been over freezing, so the roads have really had a chance to kind of thaw out. Though there's still a bunch of slush everywhere and still pretty treacherous. Got the car loaded up with what could fit. Got everything else kind of organized. I got the whole shop cleaned, so that felt good. I'm exhausted. I also couldn't really stop for anything for food last night, so just had a bag of pretzels for dinner and never really had anything for breakfast. So I'm going to, once I get out of town, I'm gonna grab some food, stock up on some gas, and yeah, just hit the road and get back to North Carolina. Made it back to the homestead, and man, was that a long drive. Sorry for the harsh light, it's just my car light. Yeah, so I'm gonna hop in the shower, eat some dinner, and go to bed. Good morning. It's currently 8 degrees out, so I'm going to get these animals fed pretty quick and yeah, get the day started. Morning, pigs. Morning. You guys have a good night? Looks like it. I got the pigs fed really quick. I'm gonna go feed the chickens, and then I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the challenges of moving a homestead. My wife and I moved from a 2-acre property in northern Alabama to this 10-acre property in North Carolina, and one of the hardest things we had to do was the logistics of everything. We went from a 2,400 square foot house to like a 1,300 square foot house. We went from having a 2,400 square foot shop and probably a 800 square foot what we called the harvest house. It was just another garage that we kept all the animal feed and the brooders, and we had a processing area there, to this house, which has basically just this little shed thing. And so it's how do we fit all that stuff into this property. Now, when we were in California, I mean, we had a small house. We had a, what was it, like a 800 square foot house in the middle of the city, and so we were used to living in a, you know, small area, but it was just the logistics of that. So one tip I would say is make sure you do your planning if you're going to move a farm. One hiccup we ended up getting into was we prematurely packed all of our processing supplies, and with the way everything worked out, the sellers of the property had to stay here for a little bit longer, and we ended up with our processing supplies here and our batch of turkeys ready to be slaughtered down in Alabama. So we actually had to move them up here and then process them here about a week later. So they ended up being butchered about 2 weeks late. They're nice and big birds. They've been pretty tasty, but it probably would have been better to process them down in Alabama and then just move, you know, frozen meat. Right now it's also just me and my wife, so we do have a few friends down in Alabama who have really helped us out. Alicia and James, thank you. They actually drove a trailer all the way up here to North Carolina with some of our stuff, and then we've been going back and forth with our own trailer, and then up here we actually know some people too that helped us unload stuff, so I do appreciate that as well. Also, I would say, so the second thing that I would recommend is just be patient. This process has taken probably 4 months, almost 5 months, and it's, you know, I would say tested our patience, but there's been a lot more steps than we realized. We also went through all the holidays. My family was supposed to come out, but unfortunately they couldn't. And then my wife and I's anniversary is also in the middle of December, so there's also a lot of things that caused us to kind of take a slower approach to it. So as I talk to you right now, I just got back from another trip down there where I hit some really bad weather down in Alabama. They got a lot of sleet and snow, and so I ended up not taking the trailer. Did a ton of packing. I have one more trip probably to make down there with the big trailer, which I'm planning on doing next week, in order to get the final rest of the stuff. Then after that, we'll be able to list the house and yeah, to start going full bore on this place. It's been a little slow going just because we've been really focusing on getting out of that place and getting everything up here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go turn on the heater for the cat and get back inside, because man, it is downright chilly out here. Hopefully you can see me and hear me in here. I got the propane heater going for the cat for a little bit. She's doing good. This is Fried Rice, our barn cat, who's super nice. But yeah, the other thing I would say is if you're going from like such a big place down to a smaller spot, it's really important to stay organized. The spot we have for feed and like the tractor and the lawnmower and stuff is a little bit different. It's outdoors. It's under an overhang, but you know, it really helped that we stayed organized, so it did help this process. In here, you know, I got some shelves built for some of our processing and gardening stuff. Pretty soon I'm going to build a chicken brooder, and so that'll be going over here in this corner, kind of back in here. So I do have some shelving I'm going to build for that, and keeping this whole area organized. With this being such a small little area, little workshop area, I need to get all these things, these bins out of here. We need to go through them, and so it's just staying on top of like unpacking and getting organized. So that's probably my number 3 tip. So I walked out to the what we're calling the orchard, even though it's mostly the blueberry bushes. You know, it's got probably 30 of these huge blueberry bushes. I was editing the video and I kind of realized that it was a little too cold out that morning, that I was talking to the camera, and I was kind of just rambling on and on. So I kind of wanted to kind of go over everything a little bit more concisely and just kind of summarize everything. So the first topic I want to talk about was planning and logistics. So if you take kind of the whole move and just kind of break it down into its smaller pieces and just kind of keep things in mind, you know, the mistake we had where we moved all of our processing equipment over here first, not realizing that we had to process our turkeys. It would have been smarter to leave all that stuff together and either, you know, process everybody down in Alabama. You know, the next thing is, you know, when you're moving stuff around, if you're gonna, you know, bring your pigs, make sure you're bringing your pigs water, make sure you bring your pigs feed, making sure you bring their shelter, all that kind of stuff, everything you'd need for that particular animal. We did plan that out right, and we did get everything together and move it all down at once. But the one thing we did kind of do with the pigs is we did build some temporary shelters, which actually turned out to be pretty good shelters. I'll probably go over those in a later video. The one thing that did happen with the pigs is we were running low on feed, and we didn't quite have a supplier up here. I wasn't too concerned because I knew that we were doing a few more trips back down to Alabama, and we could always get feed down there and just bring it back up. But again, that's something else you'd have to move that would take this place of, you know, something else that you wanted to move. The second topic I went over was being patient and remaining patient. The process, it'll probably take a lot longer than you think it will. And just know that going in. There's a lot of moving pieces, and it's going to take probably 2, 3, 4, 5 more trips than you think it's going to. At least that's what our experience has been. Yeah, then the third thing is stay organized. That kind of goes hand in hand with your planning and logistics, but just making sure that you're working in an organized fashion. That way everything's a little bit smoother. I could have done a better job of packing up the shop a little bit neater. Luckily I got that done this last trip that I went down there, and it's all now ready to go for the next time I head down there, which will probably be in about a week. I'll head down there. And then finally, a couple other things I wanted to, you know, talk about that I did mention earlier was, you know, if you have, you know, friends or family that can help out, use them. You know, don't use and abuse them, but, you know, if they're willing to help, feed them some good food, offer them a beer or something, and let them help. Also, with moving a lot of farm equipment, a good trailer really helps. We got a trailer not too long ago, but it's been invaluable to helping us move. So doing that with our with our truck has been nice. So hopefully something in here is helpful to you guys and you take something away from it. If you have any questions, you know, ask away down below in the comments. But other than that, you have some fruit trees we need to get in the ground over here. I just kind of wanted to tidy my thoughts up, and you know, again, thank you guys for watching, and have a good night.